What up, Trey Nation?
The victorious evening.
Trey Nation, where you at? Trey Nation, where you at?
Three straight lights, didn't they want her to be that way? Play she needed to play when she was around.
Great evening. This is Jackie from Maryland.
She liked the freedom of bringing home her own paycheck. She was
P-Born Scott from South Carolina.
Marquis Warren, Atlanta, Georgia. What's going on, Trade Nation?
What's up, Trey Nation?
It's Marlon from Atlanta. What's up, team?
Trade Nation, what's going on? It's Mike Friend, New Jersey.
Good evening, Trade Nation. It's Dana from Chicago.
This is Candace from the Twin Cities.
It's Lala from South Carolina.
Dr. X from New Jersey.
Hey, this is Adrian out of Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Andrew Jackson coming out of North Carolina.
Zenja Dunn, Las Vegas, Nevada. What up, fam?
Cece from Smyrna.
Cody Mack, Alabama.
Taylor Monroe, Silver Spring, Maryland.
Angela Farrell, Atlanta.
Lillian from Ohio.
Antonia, Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Javette Worthy, Navarre, Florida.
Illegal contact by Alexander. Holding. Defense number 27. Flags were thrown. This is whatever it is. Where they were throwing the flag. But it's at the 17-yard line. Picks up a first down. It's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Good spirited quarter. New England 7, Green Bay 3. Sunday Night Football resumes after these messages.
Right here in the kitchen.
Everyone, please mute your lines after you've announced yourself, please.
This is the defense wins championships, and we're defending your truck now, so stay calm.
Hey, this is Bob from Atlanta. Be here tonight.
I'm always going to be a maker, and I think a company is the coolest thing. I'm inspiration is going to spread. So I think my favorite growth everywhere. Part of an entrepreneur's job is to get stuff done. I like to do like 4 things at once. The new Surface Pro can handle all of my programs. I can paint, I can mold, I can code. I have it on all the time. sticker picker.
All the parents on the line. God bless all the parents. Bless the baby.
Hey, can everybody see what I wrote on the board?
Share your screen.
Shop 30 styles of flannel at LLB.
Awesome. Can everybody see? Perfect. Well,
Yes.
I'm going to the line
No, we see David, Dana. We don't see you, Chad. We see David Jackson.
Yeah, you gotta share your screen.
No, y'all should be able to see me right now, right? Y'all looking in my eyes?
Yes.
All right. So how's everybody doing? Let me see what we got on the line. Perfect. All right. So make sure everybody takes in the group chat. Let everybody know we about to get it popping. What's up? I hope everybody had a great week. At the end of the day, you know, this thing called life, no matter what happens, whether you quit or you learn, the next 18 months is going to go past no matter what. So who's already committed to making this thing happen no matter what? Who's already committed to saying their I quit level, my IQ level is so high, I'll quit my job before I'll quit Trade Nation? Right? Like, who gives me that?
All day long.
I am.
Me.
I am committed 100%.
I'm committed.
1,000 in this one.
Definitely.
Trade Nation, gang.
Let's get it poppin'. Right? So it's a sold out event here on the line tonight. I want y'all to treat this event like a Drake concert, right? I want you to have your heart ready. I want you to be excited. I want you to stop yawning, like wake up, stand up, move around. Let's get it popping. Because at the end of the day, this next 35 minutes is for you. So let me mute the line. Perfect. Now I can think. All right. So, you know, welcome to the nation for all the new guests on the line. My name is Chad Thompson. I'm a Chairman 50 here in IML, one of the greatest companies of all time, period, point blank. These people have come up with a concept to let people all over the world make money without having to talk to a single human being. We're talking about cracking the code to success. We're talking about bank robbery in the positive form, right? Because Forex is literally, cryptocurrency is literally how the banks make money, right? And I'm sure we all know that. But I'm here to just talk about pinnacle excellence. Tonight is our mastermind call. We have this every Sunday. Not only do we have this every Sunday, we take this serious, right? So if you don't have this marked in your calendar for the next 18 months from today, Sundays from now, 9 o'clock, you're with us, right? For the next, I don't even know how many Sundays that is, right? 18 times 4 Sundays from now, write your calendar, plan ahead. Because one thing about it is I have studied real talk so many people over the last 10 years, and that's why I want to give you this information. Because at the end of the day, every Sunday you should look at it as a shortcut to your advance, right? And we have a lot of people on here that we respect as family. So I just want to give gratitude to everybody who's spending their time, which is their most valuable asset, on this call tonight. With all the drama going on, you're on this call, right? So appreciate you, gratitude to you. We appreciate you. But right now, I want to just first of all talk about, the first thing I want to talk about, I got out of a reference point is the 48 laws of power, right? The 48 laws of power actually gave us the law. And it's the number, if you want to check, it's the number 36 law on the 48 law of power, right? And that law is so powerful, I summed it up in the love to let go, right? You gotta love to let go. Hold on, I'm gonna get a light. Can y'all see that? Love, let go. Is that good? Y'all see that?
Yes.
Perfect. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, that's better. There it is. Even better now. All right. So the power of the law to let go is so important to entrepreneurship, because everybody on this line wants to go from where you are, right, to where you want to be. Right now, I currently do not want to be at $50,000 a month. My goal is to get to 1 million a month, because my mentor is there. This is very key what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all spend more time with people who's going nowhere than your actual circle of influence. Who can agree that if they spent more time with successful people, they will be more successful? Who would agree? All right, just a head nod, hand clap, something, right? Because at the end of the day, what you fail to realize is if you don't master this law, the love to let go, you're going to try to bring your past into the future, which is going to create this roadblock. Right? You're going to be driving to your mentor's house, and if you don't let go of your past, if you don't let go of mistakes, if you don't let go of people lying to you, if you don't let go of your job loss, if you don't let go of whatever, if you don't let go of, you might have got, something. You might have got shot. You might have got a disease. Anything. You might have started a business, spent your last fail, anything, right? If you don't love to let go, you're going to be on the way to your mentor's house. That could be, you're going to be on the way to calling them, on the way to anything. And the hater in your mind, the past, because you didn't let it go, is going to pull you back. You're going to hit a U-turn. You're going to come up with so many excuses of why, because this person right here is doing everything you want. He's helping you send signals, but you're missing them because you're not plugged into the WhatsApp group. This is so powerful. Who made money this week? Right? There was signals sent out. If you made money this week, comment paid. Right? Because there was so many signals sent in the group that people are calling me like, yo, when can I get a signal? I'm like, what? Like, we getting money. Where are you? Where are you? Right? And it's because we haven't let go of the fact that we're employed. Write this down. Some of you are taking your job way too serious. This is important. This is important. Bob Proctor, this book right here. Hold on, matter of fact, I got the 48 Laws of Power somewhere. I'm about to show y'all something. The 48 Laws of Power, right? That's what we just went over. This is important. It's a thick book. Get the audio. I'm going to show you how to read 10 books without turning a page in 1 second. Hold on. What we're about to talk about now is in the art of living. This is important. The art of living is what we're about to talk about now. Because the reason why you won't go from A to pay, this is important. Because who wants to go from what they're currently making right now? Let's give everybody the credit of 50 to 100K right now on the line. If you're making below that, we're going to believe that that's going to be your minimum before this year's out. And if you want to go from that to 400K to 1 million a year, this is what you're going to have to do. It's very important. You're going to have to know. You're going to have to know. There's a difference between knowing and believing, right? You need both, but right now we're talking about knowing in the beginning. In the beginning, when you're here at a job, you got to know that the end is already here. Because if you know, you'll do different things. Who's ever heard of the law, be, do, have? Who's ever heard of that law, be, do, have? See, when you're brand new, the reason why you got to spend time with your mentor, and thank God for YouTube University, because you don't have to invest gas money anymore. You just need to have Wi-Fi, right? And that will allow you to study the person you want to become. Notice I said become, because if you know that you're already there, you can walk in belief, which will allow you to do the activity, and you'll have what you want to have. Page 10. Page 10 in the art of living, it will tell you that the problem in the world is because people don't know what they want, the picture. So does anybody have a picture of where they're going that they can show us on their screen? Like, where are they going? What does your picture look like? I don't even care if it's a Photoshop. Like, just imagine, because 2 years ago, I had my face on Arnold Schwarzenegger's body because I really wanted to be big like that, right? Photoshopped on it. So that didn't work out, but that's how far I went as far as the picture in my mind. So does anybody have a picture of their success? And if you don't, I want you to treat it like you're going to jail for lack of creativity. Like, we can't see your room, if we can't see your screensaver, if something, there you go, I see something, I see a nice house. I see Cody flexing the house, what we got going on. What do we have here? I see a screensaver of a Bentley. Right, we got to see it, the picture. Look, y'all, the picture has to be so clear that even when you wake up Monday morning, even when you wake up Monday morning and you try to get depressed, this is what you need to do.
Yeah, with us. An in-home consultation. Really?
Hope y'all ready for this.
Expertise in your place? That's quite a stocking stuffer.
Monday morning, we need to be fired up because we are the light. You are the light in your situation. And if you're not, wow.
Let's do it. I wonder if they come in through the chimney.
Right here, the third phase of what we're talking about. This book right here, I'm going to show you something. Matter of fact, it's page 11, 12, and 13. Watch this. Watch this.
Sprint's Unlimited can save you nearly $1,000 in the first year for Verizon. Just think of it.
Planning ahead. There's power in planning ahead. Let me just tell everybody this right now. If you don't have your 2019 calendar right now, you're already behind. You're already behind. If you don't have your 2013 calendar, You're already behind. I'm going to quickly zoom to page 12 real quick in our mastermind. Look right here. Look right here, y'all. This clearly states, in order to move from poor to middle class, from middle class to rich, or from rich to very rich, just start planning your life further. Write that down. That's the key. Further. Set more long-term goals. Watch this, though. If you haven't mastered law number 36, can somebody tell me what law number 36 is in the 48 laws of power?
Let go.
Love to let go.
So if we haven't mastered that law, we can't even think ahead because all we're thinking about is our bills. How the hell can we think about being in the event January 18th with people who's making $8 million? How can we how can we be doing Netflix and chill on January 18th? That's because if we don't let go, we won't be there. Next thing, most important thing. Bob Proctor said, watch this. The art of living. Oh my goodness. This is so important. The art of living is knowing where you're going.
These quarterbacks have done so well during the course of their career.
I want you to catch this. If you knew where you was going, let me mute the line. Let me mute the line because somebody's being crazy right now. They're not being coachable. Here we go. Watch this. If you knew where you was going, you would show up Monday morning as a whole new person. You wouldn't be that name badge or that $1 per hour. I need you to catch this. Because I need everybody in this group. Everything we touch turns to gold. If you agree, comment 100. Everything you touch turns to gold. So when you plan ahead, you can never be stuck. When you plan ahead, you can never be stuck as you wake up and you follow the plan. Now, I need y'all to grab this. We're going to jump around. This book right here, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. Wow, Chad, why did you read it 5 times? Somebody tag me on Facebook, tag me on my Facebook and say, Chad, why did you read the 7 laws, the 7 spiritual laws of success that many times? It's because law number 6 changed my life.
I'm about to drive off without your ass.
The law of detachment. This is important, ladies and gentlemen. Please mute your lines. I can't babysit. I have to produce. Everybody control their mute. Watch how powerful this is. Watch how powerful this is, family. The law of detachment is a spiritual law. You got to be able, because look, in order to go from A all the way to pay, you got to be able to detach from the small things. Disciplining your disappointments is very important. You even got to detach from success. Some of y'all done got way too cocky. You done made some money. You done got people liking your status, and you done detached. See, this is important. You got to have the sense of discernment when to know who, when, and what to detach from. And if you don't know, you got to connect 80% of your time with your mentor. That's how you go from A to pay. He has to be able to say, you're still talking to this person? He or she has to be able to tell you, well, what did you do the last 7 days? Who did you hang with? and you be honest with this person, and that person tells you, well, you hung with the same people that you've been hanging with. There's nothing new, because the law of sowing and reaping means if I sow, I reap. So if I sow the same exact seeds, I reap the same exact Christmas. I have the same exact Thanksgiving with the same people who's lying to me. So detachment also has something to do with the season of separation. So you got to plan ahead and tell everybody that you're used to talking to, I cannot talk to you until 2019. I have plans to become the wealthiest person in my family, and I know exactly how I'm going to get there. Ha! I don't only believe, I know. Because if I seen blah, blah, and so go from just signing up to holding their own seminars, I know I can do it. 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 Does anybody know they can do it? Like, you can't, you got to detach from what your job is telling you, what your friends is telling you. Your friends is telling you, that thing ain't going to work. Your friends is telling you, I'm going to join. Ha, I lied. It's Friday, you call. I knew they was going to call me. But I'm not going to tell them. I'm just going to ignore them. I'm going to say next week. You got to be detached from all that. You got to be detached from if you hit Platinum 600 and all 12 people quit. Because the law of detachment says, you know what? I didn't own those people anyway. And I know what's next is best. Please hashtag what's next is best. This is important. This is important. This is for you. This is important. Right? So if you work like the devil, let's not call them obstacles. This is important. This is important. When you're trying, listen, guys, I took $29 and turned it into $3 million over years using the internet, being the same person I am. Never changed, same number, bruh. Right? So watch this. We're not going to call these obstacles, we're just going to call it the devil. You have to work like the devil is trying to take all of it daily. So if you becoming detached from the outcome, you'll be able to be grateful for everything. Because even though the devil's working, you know your universe, you know whoever you pray to, you know is working harder. Right? Who's with me? Comment the prayer hands, who's with me? Because at the end of the day, that's the grind. And that's what allows you to never be satisfied. Like, who cares if the 12 quit anyway? I'm grateful that they joined. At least I believe now I can go out and work the devil even more because those people wasn't for me. I know what's for me is already there. I know it's a matter of time. When I go to South Carolina, a whole room is showing up. I know. People say, how do you know? I say, because it's in my mind. They say, how do you know, Chad? I say, because I saw it. And this is important. How did I see it? I already have through February planned out in my calendar, my 2019 edition. That's how I saw it. I see 1,000 people in Trade Nation showing up January 18th. Who's one of them? Like, seriously, 1,000 people are going to be in Atlanta January 18th. I'm going to have Sprinter vans. I'm going to have a mansion that holds 50 people. They say, how? I say, I don't know. I just see it. I know 10 people is going to bring 100. I know 100 people is going to bring 10. I don't know who, I just know it's going to happen because the plan is already written. I'm going to work till I get paid. Some of you have joined the company and you're trying to get paid first. You got to work, then you get paid. So this is important. This is important. When you go from detachment, right? Well, let me look at some other people. Hold on. What up, Terry, man? What up, Steve? Well, let me look at some other people. Let me see. All right, what up, Marquis? He getting his board ready. Yay. All right, and then the rest of y'all hiding. All right. So, one of my favorite mentors, Jim Rohn, he told me when I was 21 years old. How can I say he told me? Because I was crazy enough to do everything I wrote on the board, the detachment, the season of separation. I got to know Jim Rohn on a personal level once I stopped picking up my friends' calls, right? When I stopped going backwards. Me and this man developed a great relationship. I know everything about him. And he told me to set my sail in the beginning. He said, Chad, I don't care if you're only making $15 an hour. I need you to set your sail in the beginning, that no matter what wind blows from the devil, that could be a blown out tire, that could be an extra expense, that could be somebody done touched your wife on the butt and you had to slap somebody and you went to jail, so you had to dip out of the bondsman, right? It could be anything, right? But if your sail is set, no matter what wind blows, the sail is going to take you to your final destination. This is important. Man, this is important. And you can only do that if you have faith. You got to have faith. You got to have faith. You got to have more faith in your biz than your job. How many people can honestly agree with their mentor right now that you're working way harder on your job than you are on your business? And you probably just don't even know what to do. Or you probably know what to do, you just don't have enough faith to actually do it. Right? You cannot do that. And I'm not here to tell you that because I tell you that every Sunday. I'm just here to talk to the people who's really going to listen. Right? Who's really going to listen. Because you can't join the business in the beginning just trying to get your money back. You got to join in the business in the beginning to try to get your family's life back or on track. It can't be to get your money back. Are you with me? You got to have some type of belief, faith that over the next 18 months, something's going to change. Look at what's already changed in most of your lives. Some of you are a whole different person in just 18 months of playing an adult game of follow the leader. This is important. Now, I want to go back, while I have this, back to this book. This book right here. Law number 2. Law number 2. Spiritual law number 2. All right, let's see what it says. I have it all mastered, but let's see what it says. All right, right here. Watch this. The law of giving. The reason why you can't be thinking so small in the beginning, because your mind will be wrapped up on so much of get that you won't give. I'm talking to somebody who's trying to go from $10 to 10 million right now. That's what I'm talking to. Y'all need to lean in. Lean in real quick. Lean in and listen to this. When you're in the beginning phase of your business, even when you mastered the skill, you can't get so far into your own shit that all you start thinking about is get. This is when private group chats come out. You start doing all this other stuff. You gotta, when you're ready to receive, you gotta get back into giving. You gotta get back into giving. This is so important. Oh my goodness. You know what this also says? This is so important. In the beginning, most newbies say, I can't do anything he's saying until I get results. Who's ever said that before? I won't call a soul. I won't host a meeting. I won't invite nobody to nothing. As a matter of fact, I ain't saying shiz nickels to nobody until I master trading. Well, let me tell you how you're violating one of the 7 laws, the spiritual laws. Oh my goodness. This ain't man-made. This ain't man-made. This is the spiritual laws. So this is worse than a felony. You are actually contributing a crime when you say, I'm not telling anybody about this business. That means you're not giving the same opportunity you have to become free, which is biblical because trading is in the Bible. So you're refusing to give, but you're trying to get. Does this make sense? I'm trying to talk to somebody. You can't wait for results, right? That's like, then the seed stops with you if you're waiting for results. That's like, God wants you, watch this. I'm about to show y'all something. I'm about to break it down. The universe, whoever you pray to, right? He wants you to manage a lot. But he sees what you do with a little. This is what he does first. He looks at you. But he always gonna smile. He always gonna smile. And he wants you to manage a lot. But when he gives you an opportunity, this is what you do with it. You hold on to it. The seed. Let's go back to what it really is. We hold on to the seed because of our own stinky thinking. So our own stinky thinking, right? Our own. We can't manage a lot because we want to become a master and know everything first, that the seed eventually dies. Because what if you don't have time? What if you don't put in the work? What if it ain't meant for you to be the master? Like me, for example. If I would have waited till I became the master, which I'm still not, there wouldn't be a David Wills. Right? Who's a first-time trader in this organization who's done walked away from their jobs? Is it making sense? So if I would have waited, held the seed, the gift that this beautiful idea from the Lord was planted in Christopher Terry's head, which gave us opportunity, how dare us not pass the seed? It's a spiritual law. It's a spiritual law. If the seed stops with you, it won't multiply. And who understands how powerful multiply? Who understands how powerful that word was in the good book? Multiply. Huh? Who understands how powerful?
Definitely. Duplication, baby.
This is important. I want y'all to catch this, man. Because you got to go to work a different person tomorrow. You got to understand that it's already written. It's already written for you to be a teacher. You're supposed to educate someone about this, Angela. You can't be quiet on this type of information. And it's so amazing that we're talking about being quiet. Let's go to the next book. The 4 agreements. Oh my goodness. The 4 agreements. Oh my goodness. This is my favorite right here. Oh my goodness. Woo! This book right here. Since we're talking about being quiet, number 1 on the agreement, you must be impeccable with your word. You can't violate these agreements to yourself. You understand me? You can violate with your boss. See, how can you be always on time at a place that you hate, but you can't be on time to a seminar that's gonna free you? If you told your mentor you was going to have a call, if you told your mentor you was going to be a builder, if you told your mentor you was going to be a trader, stick to it. All you have is your word. Don't violate it. If you are using your words to say things like, this ain't going to work, or why they didn't enjoy me, it's because you haven't mastered the law of detachment. So your words, you're so attached to what people are doing to you, your words are messed up. You can't even say things like, everything I touch turns to gold, because you're so attached to the guilt of you failing in 2013. Let's think about this. Words of power. So if I gave you a chance right now to claim what's going to happen in your life, what would it sound like? Please unmute yourself and claim what it is. What are you? What?
Go, baby. Yeah.
Let's get it. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Taking over.
What is your word to yourself?
Hey,
We gonna do it.
London.
let's get it.
Let's go.
You
It's
did it.
already done.
Mama said, Mama said, Mama kusa.
All right. The next thing. Don't take nothing. Highlight this word, nothing. This right here almost lost several of my leaders. Because if you're close to me, you know sometimes I'm just gonna tell you how I feel. I might say, yo, you're crying too much. That's not out of a spirit of ignorance or cockiness. That's from a spirit of love. And if I can't tell you the truth, then I can't love you.
All right.
So at the end of the day, this is so powerful. You gotta be able to have rhino skin. Don't take anything personal. Everything is for growth. That's why they say the people who quit are the people who just go through life. The people who advance are the people who grow through life, right? So you can't take everything personal and still grow, because then you won't show up, right? You won't show up. You can't. You gotta be able to show up. Let's go to number 3. Number 3 is something that a lot of people have a problem with, and this is something that I never had a problem with, because I was just one of those people, if I didn't understand something, I'm going to ask. These are the 4 agreements that you can't violate to yourself. There's someone right now has a question right now, and you're afraid to ask. Right? There's someone on this line right now, every day wakes up wanting a friend, but you're not saying anything in the group chat. There's someone right now who is saying to themselves, I can't trade, but you're not asking nothing. You're just sitting at the house watching YouTube. I don't know. This is an agreement I want everybody to agree with right now. Some of you show up to the meeting and you don't even ask to take a picture. You don't even ask for anything. I need everybody to stop being an extra. You are the director of your movie. Can we agree on that? Can we agree that no one has to hand me the script because you wrote the damn script? Can we agree if I'm writing the script and there's a word I don't understand, I understand I have a community of people, I can just say, hey, can you read this to me? Because this right here, ego has to go. Oh my goodness. Like, if you don't know it all, so what? Who cares? And then guess what? The 4th one. I taught Brian Austin this 2 years ago. Always do your best. I teach. Let me tell you something. This principle you can raise kids off of. These 4 principles. These 4 agreements. Because even if you're sick, if you made that 4th agreement to yourself, you would understand that your best changes. Riyad Jones, star athlete. He might be 100% at full capacity, but if he twists his ankle, he has to understand he's at 70% now, but he can still do his best at 70%. What am I saying? Chad Thompson has $1,000 to his name with $800 worth of bills. I already know 800's gone, so I'm worth 200. I can do my best with this 200. I need you to understand. You can do your best with what you have. Always do your best. If one person shows up to your Zoom call, that doesn't mean you slack off. What does it mean? You what? Exactly.
You do your best.
Best.
Period.
Go hard.
And you made that agreement with yourself. Is anybody with me?
I'm here.
Me too.
I'm here.
Let them know. Let them know.
I'm all
What
in.
time is it? All right, good. We're doing good on time.
Ooh.
We're doing good on time. Perfect. Now, oh man, when you start doing your best, you're gonna go from, listen to this, everybody. You're gonna go from a nobody to a somebody. And somebody right now is saying, I'm already a somebody. Yeah, I know you are, because you're a part of the Creator's creation. But if you're a part of the Creator's creation and you're not creating, then you're violating what the Creator put you on this earth for. He put you on this earth to manage his resources. We already went over manage on what we got to do. Now we're going to step further to becoming a person that people can depend on. Who wants to be that person people can depend on? And it's very simple to go. It's so easy to go from nobody to somebody. And I say it easy because all it takes is content on financial literacy. This is important. You see, you don't have to wait because you already know what a PIP is. Who knows what a PIP is, right? You already know how to grow money. So your content on everything you learned from a Sunday night call, everything you learned from Brittany Burrell, everything you learned from Valencia, everything you learned from the teacup strategy, everything you learned on how to build a business from Riyadh, everything you learned from our life coach certified Akeem Bourne, right? Everything you learned from Janelle Ellison in the Gold Room, like, you can use this content because it's financial literacy, which is people don't have. So you automatically become a somebody by knowledge. Does that make sense? You don't need results. Your knowledge is what people want. And knowledge is the new currency. So you got to start where you are. And if you believe, which is the next book, The Magic of Believing, make sure you get that book. It's upstairs. I don't feel like going. No, it ain't. Hold on. Let me see if it's right here. Never mind. It's upstairs, y'all. I got 3 levels, yo. I ain't going upstairs. But let's talk about Think and Grow Rich real quick, since I got this book. All right, Think and Grow Rich.
1 second, Chad. I wanted to ask a question. What was that book you mentioned? I wanted to write it down so I can look it up.
Magic of Believing.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Hold on. why this is so important. This is so important. Content, financial literacy, learning how to multiply money, putting the time in the IML Academy. Let me tell you why it's so important to put the time in. Because it was once said, I think Winston Churchill said it. He said, if all the money, like let's say all the poor people, the rich people, middle class, put their money in the pot and it equally got distributed, it will still, over the next 15 years, fall right back into the same hands. Don't you think that's powerful? They say, look, bro, I know you broke. Well, here, let everybody have their 1 acre and a mule, right? Everybody can get their 1 acre and a mule. Do you know the person who's going to end up having all the money again is the people who can learn, unlearn, and relearn? Did you know it's that simple? Wow. That's how simple. So when you're stuck in your own bag thinking you know it all, that means you're unwilling to unlearn. You think your school, see, you got to unlearn what you was programmed. You got to unlearn it so you can learn how to really make money. Then you got to relearn it so you can make sure you got it to teach somebody else. If you're willing to repeat these 3 things all around this, you can start now because you're better than who you was yesterday just by completing basics 1 through 4. So now the money won't go in the same hands, it'll go into your hands. Does that make sense? Did that make sense? Anybody catch that comment? 100 if you got that one. Because that's one of those things you got to make sure you got. You got to make sure you got. Right? And the same A to pay line is so powerful because it's the same thing from saying, hold on, let me get a fresh board. This A to pay line is so powerful. I love what Riyadh said. We got that from Mr. Jones. A to pay, right? So look, watch this. Dreams, right, which is A. You got to first have a dream. Then you go all the way to hands. Oh, I want my dream in my hands, right? I want my dream in my hands. How do I get there? It's this simple, the picture. You got to focus on the picture more than your job. And the picture is your business. The picture, you use your business to get to your dreams. Your picture. What is in your mind? Now, Think and Grow Rich teaches you this. This is very important what I'm about to teach you. We understand that everybody has a dream. Well, not everybody, that's the sad part, but most people. And we don't understand why it doesn't come in our hands. It's in the book. Let me save it. Let me save you to read. Let me save you to read. What discourages the majority from attempting, right? What discourages majority from keep going. Why does most people can't keep going? Right? You can see other people around picking up success. You can feel a certain way. Or you can keep going. Like, what stops people from keep going? I'm about to tell you right now. Matter of fact, I need to make sure, I know it's late. I need to make sure, if you're still woke, please hashtag and tag me in the Facebook group and right here, stay woke. I need to make sure who's still woke. Because I don't want you to miss this one. I need to make sure. Stay woke. Okay. So what discourages majority is the terror bear. Remember, we nicknamed it the hater. The hater. This is important. What discourages the majority from going from dreams to hands is the terror bearer. What is the terror bearer? This is desire killer. This kills your desire. If you, now watch this. This is how you reverse engineer. If I know I'm one of those people who get sad often, I'm just sad, my emotions is up and down. 1 minute I'm an entrepreneur, 1 minute I gotta quit and be a slave. 1 minute I'm like, F my boss, 1 minute I'm like, please give me overtime. What keeps bringing me from my hand to dream world? What discourages the majority? If we already understand what kills desire, then we can defeat it. So how do we defeat the terror bearer? It's our thoughts. We got to understand when we think something bad, we got to just understand it's just a bad moment. It's not a bad day. It's not a bad week. It's not a bad month. We got to have that. Remember what I said? What is it? What is it? Law number 6, spiritual law. Law number 6. So you got to know this stuff, right?
The law of attachment.
There it is. The law of detachment. You got to let it go. You got to let it go. But we can't walk around with 17 books attached to our life. So we got to keep playing it. We got to keep saying it. If something tells me I can't, I can think, because thoughts are things. I can think my way to the top. I can outthink this. If somebody says I can't do Facebook Live tomorrow, well, let me just think about that. Why can't I? I've never done it before, so whatever I do is at my absolute best, and then I know I can learn from that, so my next time will be even better. Well, wow, if I did that times 10 like Grant Cardone, one day I'll be great. The problem is, discourage majority from keep going because you can't control your damn thinking. You don't have a clear picture. It's not everywhere you see. If you looked around right now, you will see everything I want and everything I don't have. Like, real talk. So the last thing I'll say is the magic of believing. And no, I don't have that book in front of me, but go get it. The magic of believing tells you very, very simple. That's the miracle worker. If you want, who wants a miracle to happen in their life right now? I need to hear your voice.
Yo.
Me.
I do. Tracy does.
It's already happened.
I do.
I am.
The miracle is in my imagination.
In Jesus' name.
Always.
Life is a miracle.
You gotta believe. There it is. And what do you gotta believe in? The process. You gotta be so crazy that if you continue this mission for 18 months, going against hell and hot water, you're gonna come out on top. And that, my friends, is a Sunday night mastermind. That, my friends, is what you absolutely gotta believe in. You gotta believe that everything you want is yours. But the thing is, you gotta want something. So with that being said, I'll take a couple questions. Does anybody have any couple questions these last couple minutes? And we'll close the call.
So for me, it's like I know that I have the gift of gab. I know that I can speak to anybody. It's just, I guess, when you say content, I guess, how do I present that content, or how I identify content? Like, I know I have some things, but how I organize? That's the question.
Identify and organize content. Right? First, we write it out. You got to write everything out. If you don't have a whiteboard, better go get one tonight. Sleep outside of Office Max until they open in the morning. Right? It's that important to be the first one with it in your neighborhood. Because the person who draws the most bubbles makes the most money. Right? So what are we trying to do first? Is the content we need. Are we trying to be cool on Instagram? Because if that's the case, then all we have to do is have a note album in our phone where we just capture cool statuses. So that way we never have to think about a status ever again. Why? Because we can easily organize 365 statuses. Why? Because we now identify what we want. We want to go to IG models. They have the coolest statuses. Or you want to go to Denzel Washington if you want to attract that caliber. Or if you want to be funny, go to Kevin Hart. Right? We can identify the content we want. If we want to learn about spiritual, we'll just find the author. And then we identify, right? We organize what do we want from this. So we keep a note of the things that happen to us, right? So somebody's going to lie to us in our journey, right? So we gotta have content for when somebody lies to us. I have a favorite quote. Where is it at? It's on the other side of the refrigerator, right? But you gotta have certain quotes you read. So now, how do we organize that? We have a note. We have a note in our phone that organizes quotes. Or we might have a picture gallery. I have a picture gallery in my phone. If I wasn't using my phone, I'll show you. As a matter of fact, I think I can share my screen actually, right? But I got just cool things. So let me see if I can do it. Let me see. Might show some things I don't even want to show y'all. Can y'all see my screen?
No, not yet, Chad.
Okay, I did it wrong then. Open the settings and control center, customize and control. All right. Well, hold on. Can't do that, but just know it's there, right? So in your picture, you got picture albums, right? You got picture albums where now when a prospect lies to you, instead of you responding, you can send them an uplifting picture or a meme, right? We got memes for content. We got memes for content. How else do we get content?
Chad, your camera sideways.
So that's how you do that. You gotta just know what you're using it for. So if I'm presenting, right? If I need to learn how to present the information, then I need to invite my upline to a call and hear how he does a three-way. I need to have one, right? So I can understand how to do a three-way, right? If I need to learn how to present, I'm gonna go on YouTube and watch David Amonte present. I'm gonna watch Alex Morton present. Write it down, see what I like, and then just practice. Because what you practice in private, it will always show in public. So when it's your turn to represent in public, and if you suck, then that just means you haven't planned. Because remember, right here in this book, the 10 distinctions between a millionaire and broke people is they plan further ahead. Right? Does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah,
Thank you,
I
Chad.
got a question. Don't forget, well, more of a statement. Wednesday, brother. Don't forget about Wednesday.
Yes, so Wednesday, we're meeting at Stone Mountain at 10 a.m. It's going to be awesome. We're going on a believing journey. We're going to get to the top of the mountain. We're going to pray, reflect, just relax. If someone knows how to do yoga, meet us out there. But Stone Mountain Park, 10 a.m. We're gonna meet at the bottom. Text in the group chat if you're going to Stone Mountain on Wednesday. Text when you're on the way. Text when you're there so we can meet up at the bottom and start together, go to the top. It's absolutely the best thing you can do as a group because it's going to show you exactly the journey, the process. Because we're going to start together, but I guarantee you somebody's going to quit. Right? That's exactly how this thing works in real life. We're all going up the mountain. Somebody has to go to the top to show somebody it's possible so they can eventually get there. And even though most people's not going to get there at the same time, we will all get there. That's the best thing about it. You may slow down, but you can't stop, right? So, yeah, mountain, 10 a.m., Stone Mountain, Wednesday. Let's get it.
For those that's coming out on Wednesday, be sure and bring about 15, 20 bucks. It does cost to get into the park.
My man. Does anybody have any other questions? Oh, wow.
Yes, I have one more question, Chad.
Yes, sir.
I never found that signals group that David Wells was in. Gio said he didn't know of it.
Yeah, he has his own signals group. Just tag him in the Facebook group. Is David Wills on the line?
Well,
yeah, just tag him on the Facebook group. Say, hey, David, man, add me to the group. I think it's called TWT on Facebook.
How do you get plugged into the Facebook group?
Somebody in the nation has to gift you in, you know. So if you join someone in Trade Nation, they'll gift you in, and that's how you get in. It's members only. So if you're a guest on the line, welcome. We do this every Sunday. Get back with the person who invited you to this call. Tell them you're excited. Tell them you're not. Just tell them something, because we're absolutely going places. And in 2020, we will have 1 million customers. Right now, currently, we're at 73,000. Right, so you have a part of that type of growth that could benefit you. So with that being said, I'll see y'all 2 places. I promise you. Besides this Zoom call, you're either gonna find me at the beach or the bank, and I invite you there. God bless.